Pronunciation is the biggest challenge that a lot of people that are learning English have today. Do I sound natural? Am I speaking correctly? So today I'll give you 5 tips to speak English like a native. Coming up. My name is Carlos Amaro and this is Feelin English, a channel that will help you learn English in a very simple, natural, and practical way. If you're new here, I invite you to consider subscribing to the channel so that you will receive more information, more tips, and more lessons that will help you improve your English skills. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you never miss a video that I make. Alright? Be free to leave a comment whenever you need, and I will ask you a question at the end of the lesson, so be ready. Now, let's get down to business because you're here to learn how to speak English like a native. Here comes tip number 1. Focus on special letters. What I mean is that spelling is not only for children. Spelling is not only for basic students. Spelling is important all the way through your learning. Special letters like R. For example, this red car works great. This red car works great. You see how your pronunciation can change if you only focus on letter R? This red car looks great. So remember, R is important, especially in American English. The next letter is letter T. Now, here there is a big difference. American English has that little t a bit softer than British English does. For example, in American English you will not say party or a party like in British. You will say party. So let's read this example. This party is in the center. This party is in the center. Center is the word center, but with a more American approach. Center. So this party is in the center. Repeat it at home. This party is in the center. The next letter you need to be focused on is X. For example, in that word, example, you have the X sounding like a zzz, like a vibration, So it's like example. For example, and that happens when letter X is next to a vowel sound. Example, exam, examination. To finish tip number 1, I'd recommend you to start spelling everything you see on the street. Spell everything, all the signs you see on the street, car plates, big signs on the street, brand names, everything. For example, if you see this brand name, Kodak, I know it's quite old. How would you spell that at home? K-O-D-A-K, Kodak. Remember, say the word, spell it out, and then say it again. Spelling will help you guys, believe me. Tip number 2, idioms. Work on idioms and actually work on learning idioms and slang. If you're learning English, you need to be submerged into a world that is surrounded by English. If you choose American accent, learn American idioms and American slang. But if you, for example, chose British English because it sounds better or whatever reason you may have, practice British slang and British idioms. Now here I will teach you some idioms that are more appropriate in American context. Number 1, hit the pillow. Hit the pillow means to sleep. So instead of saying I will go to sleep, you may say, I'm going to hit the pillow. Another idiom that is very commonly used is the cold shoulder. When you are given the cold shoulder, it means that the other person is very indifferent to your attitude. So, if you're talking to somebody and the person is avoiding you, that person is giving you the cold shoulder. Or, on the other hand, you can be giving the cold shoulder to a person. So you will do this like, don't talk to me, talk to the hand. Man, it's very frustrating that Sarah is giving me the cold shoulder every time I try to speak to her. I don't know what to do. And you have also informal words like dude for man, when you're talking to somebody and so like, you're my dude, hey dude, what's up? So use those expressions to sound more natural and to sound more like a native. Dude, you can call girls chicks too, but that's sometimes considered offensive. It depends on the context you are in. If you say, oh, those chicks are hot, that can be misunderstood sometimes, so be careful. Let's go with tip number 3. And this is the most important of all. Pronunciation. How can you improve your pronunciation? Pronunciation is the core of learning a language. Any language you're learning. If you're learning German, you need to pronounce like they do. So now you're learning English and you have to be really close to their correct pronunciation. So here we go with some examples. Regarding pronunciation, what you have to be working on is contractions. Now, just a little disclaimer here. This is all conversational English. This is all informal English, okay? You will not write this. You will not use this kind of language in your workplace, for example, or talking to your boss. No, this is all informal, conversational English speaking. All right? So let's go with this, contractions. When you're using contractions, you're making your English more fluent and also more natural. Let's go with the first contraction. The verb to be. Where is becomes where's. So it's not the same to say, where's Carlos? Rather than saying, where is Carlos? Now, where's Carlos? It sounds faster and more natural. Other contraction that I really see a lot is did with what. What did you say? Normally people will not say, what did you say? They will just reply, what you say? Other contraction that I hear a lot is I'm gonna, I'ma. It's an informal, really informal contraction to say I'ma, especially in American English, right? A lot of rappers use this kind of contraction because it sounds more fluent. It's like, I'm a dude. I'ma is a contraction and reduction of I am going to. I'ma. Crazy, isn't it? Now, besides contractions, we also have reductions. Now, reductions are just words reduced in a very shorter form. For example, let me becomes let me. Hey, let me help you. Let me help you. Give me becomes gimme. Hey, can you give me a hand? Can you give me a hand? So you see, together and like, quick. Can you give me a hand? The next reduction is very common. Want to becomes wanna. So you will say like, I don't wanna go. I don't wanna do this. Or I wanna study English and I wanna improve my pronunciation. Now, going to becomes gonna and is to speak about the future. So you will say about, for example, your next weekend, I'm gonna travel next weekend. I'm gonna cook with my friends and we're gonna go really, really far away to enjoy the nature. Gonna. Tip number 4, it's what I called the imitation game. The imitation game is a technique that will help you imitate other actors or celebrities or people that speak English as a first language. Now, for example, if you're watching TV and you're watching your favorite TV show, try to mimic the other person's, like the host's gestures, the host's words, and the host's intonation. If you are with a movie, just choose the most entertaining 15 minutes of the movie and start copying the main actors. Copy their gestures, copy what they say, copy their expressions. You can be helped by the subtitles in the movie, so you read and act. Only those 15 minutes, because who wants to act for an hour with the movie, right? This is just for 15 minutes. So that's how you practice and how you improve your pronunciation with the imitation game. And last but not least, tip number 5, singing. Singing is a technique that really helps, guys. I learned English with music only. I learned English by singing songs, my favorite songs. So here you will join your life and your love for music and English, both together. So you will choose your favorite songs that are sung in English, get the lyrics out of the internet, now it's very simple to do, and start singing. Step number 1 is to listen to the song with the lyrics in your hand. You will be reading along while the song plays on, okay? Step number 2 will be to sing the song with the lyrics now that you know the rhythm and you know the little, details that a song has. And step number 3 will be to repeat this process for 5 days so you memorize the lyrics and you also can sing your favorite song in English. Well guys, we're done. The 5 tips that you need to follow to speak English like a native. I hope you follow the steps, I hope you follow the techniques, and I hope you do it because that really works. I speak like I speak because I did everything that I am telling you right now. Now guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up there, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button too so you never miss a video that I make. Okay? Have a fantastic day and remember, feel English every single day, everywhere you go. Feel in English.